Brother Logan.
Hello, Brother Karl. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Back for some more Freedom Radio, are we? We are.
Yes, we are. And back for some more of the Secrets of the Order.
Ah, yes. Always
So,
very mysterious.
yeah, we're looking through Farel material that made it into
The
extreme
Legendarium.
metal.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and then it appears in the Legendarium as well.
Yeah. Yes, it does. I I I found this in the Legendarium, and I recognize it from the 1260 Days Skald in Vium EP.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But it's just listed as a writer unknown there, but I guess we know who
Well, it
now.
sounds like the redactor is the one that maybe, who knows how he got his hands on it. Obviously, somebody
Yeah,
had it, and it's made its way into this collection of documents.
yeah, and the first time we know it's in print is in the booklet of the Skald 1260 Days, and now we get somewhere to put it
Yes.
because obviously it's a Farel writing.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to kind of look over it and study it. What a lot of Farrell's writings are has this mysterious quality to it.
Yeah, and this seems to have a connection to the Seven Knives, and we haven't talked about that yet, I think.
Yes,
but it seems to it seems connected to the disappearance.
Ah, yes, yes.
In somehow.
Oh, yes.
Because it expresses an urge to kill the Antichrist.
Yes. Yep.
And we know that Farel disappeared trying to dispatch of the one he thought might be the Antichrist.
Yeah, that's actually referenced in one of his extant letters there in the incomplete writings. So about him going, he was heading into the east there, 38, 39.
Yeah. So this is probably written a long time earlier, but it's that urge. It's like he has been thinking in that.
Well, I would say after his visions of 1914, that really kind of set his path and put him on that track. Yeah. It had to probably have been in connection with that, or in the back of his mind.
Yeah. You know what? On the thumbnail of our talk about Ascension, there's a picture with a table full of stuff, and there's a painting with an angelic being.
Yes,
that looks evil. And it's a Farel painting from 1914.
Yeah,
named "The Birth of Evil."
Ah.
So it's like a Lucifer picture. He has like a what do you call it, a thunderbolt in his forehead, like for the fall, and then he has a little nasty smirk.
Yeah,
and it is signed 1914, so it's probably connected.
I would say it sounds like it probably is. And there's a lot of research into all this, and I'm sure as time goes on, more and more comes to light. Not everything in the order was just thrown out into the light of day at the same time.
No.
Anything worth discovering is worth looking into, if that makes sense.
You have to dig the field to find the treasure.
That's right. That is right.
So should we get into the lyrics?
Yeah, let's do that. Man.
What is your thoughts on that?
Well, when you arise to devour this world with your heads and horns, well, obviously, this fragment he's referring to the Antichrist, the man of lawlessness who's to come.
Yeah.
Heads and horns. That's his true
like
nature.
The beast. Yeah.
Yeah, his true nature of being
7 heads, 10 horns. Right.
Yes. Know this: you lost your life the day you were born. His life was forfeit by his own decision, but also through providence. I was born the day that I died. Well, that has to be
that's baptism, isn't it?
Baptism, the rebirth. that
because
is,
it's not written after his physical death, obviously.
Yes,
so
the spiritual death and resurrection that we undergo in baptism. So I die. Oh yeah, go. You keep going with them though. That is a sense of nonstop. He has this thing in his mind that I will die upon your sword rather than bow my knees. I would rather die a painful death than submit to your evil.
Yeah.
It is better to die that painful death than to submit to your darkness. Yes.
And it's also pretty American, isn't it?
It is very American.
I'd rather die standing than live on my knees.
Yes, very, very much so.
He was in America for a big part of his life.
He was,
It was like 2 decades or something.
He was quite a lot happened over here in the States in his travels.
Yeah.
So.
And some, I mean, he started his new life there with hope and everything. So, and there is where he got his children, and so they were American.
Yes,
the kids were.
Yes,
maybe he wasn't, but they were.
Yes, yeah. Oh, go ahead. Well, what I would say, obviously, the armor he's referring to there, that's got to be the armor of God. You fireproof the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit and the shield of righteousness, and
they overcame him by their testimony,
and the blood of the Lamb. Amen.
So the truth, that's the testimony.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
And blood is the sanctification.
Yep.
It's an armor of God, but it's not the armor of God in that,
Yes.
From Ephesians, but it's the full chainmail.
Yes.
It's blood and truth. It's the word of my testimony and the
blood and
Christ.
Truth. That just those two words together, so powerful. Blood and truth.
And fireproof. This is what makes me impervious to hellfire. Right.
And what power that is,
Yeah. Whew. It's like let the dragon blow,
Yeah. It'll just refine me, but it'll destroy you.
Yep.
So well, I think right there, that's a little bit of his. Farel was one of those, as we know, that for all his sense of righteousness, he still had a bit of a temper, and he would still kind of let his things that he would say would kind of be like, maybe not exactly in line. He was human, so you could see his. Kind of like it's for righteousness, but I want to do it just for the pleasure of it, So.
Yeah. I would like to kill you even if it doesn't stick.
Yep. Ooh, man.
This goes into some order history.
It does go into some order history. I mean, so first off, let my blade drink your filthy. Well, that's just a continuation on from what he was saying in the previous thought. But the Milos Obilic of the latter days, there is a lot to say and learn about Milos Obilic.
So, for those who don't know, he is a Serbian hero. and he died in the Battle of Sarajevo, either 98 or 89. I get confused by numbers, but it's somewhere around there. And he saw the Sultan as the dragon, and tried to. So as the legend goes, he faked a limp, and got taken as he was hurt in battle, taken as a prisoner, and brought before the Sultan because he was a leader of the opposition, and he drew a knife from somewhere, guess he handed over his sword and everything, and then he had an extra blade somewhere, and he shoved it into the fat belly of the Sultan, Murad the First, I think it was. And he was, of course, instantly killed. Sounds like Eglon and Ehud.
From is that Book of Judges, right? Yes.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
Yeah.
Ehud had at least a plan to get out of it alive. Because he was alone with the king. And Milos was before his throne or whatever, he's out in the field version of a throne.
Yeah.
And probably surrounded by all his
Oh yeah, there was no. He probably didn't think he was going to get out of there.
No, he was. This was a suicide mission type thing. He was going to take him down.
Yeah,
and he did.
Oh yeah, but he knew that was what he was called to do.
Yeah, or at least he believed so. Just like Farel here.
Or kind of echoes Samson in the same way.
Yeah, let the temple fall. Yeah.
Yep.